Good evening. Welcome to Communication Corner. I'm Gail Lewis, and tonight I'm going to take you on another communication journey, this time through art. I don't know if you can see that, but you will see on the set tonight on Communication Corner is that we are just filled up with different types of beautiful artworks, all paintings by our guest this evening, the artist from Moonlight and Mangos, Jessica. Good evening, Jessica.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks so much for joining us on Communication Corner, surrounded, enshrined by your artwork.
Some of it, yes.
So how long have you been painting?
I've been painting my whole life. I've been doodling, but it's always been a secret. It's been a hobby, a secret hobby, a pastime, and only recently I started to paint so much I couldn't hide it anymore. And I've become comfortable with it, and now I'm exactly where I want to be.
Okay. Where's that?
It's being able to express myself through my art and inspire and just do something that I love to do and do it well. That's a blessing.
Awesome. So I see all of your paintings around us, and I'd like to talk, of course, about the paintings, but just get a little bit more information about you. I noticed that there's a little bit of Caribbean influence in some of your work, and there's just what you said about it expanding and having too much for just yourself. There is a large volume of your work.
There is.
Yeah.
There is.
So your background, where do you paint?
I paint at home. I have a studio in my garage, and I move into the basement of the house in the wintertime, and that's where I paint. And I paint about 14 hours a day.
Oh, wow.
I wake up and paint.
How many pieces right now do you think are in your collection, Moonlight and Mangos?
It's hard to say. They're spread out. I have some on display. I have some that are sold. I would say probably between 200 and 250.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
pieces right now.
Yes.
Okay. And in some of your pieces, I noticed that there is a little bit of Caribbean influence.
Definitely.
And why is that?
My Haitian background. Both of my parents were born in Haiti. They immigrated to Queens when they were young, and we always had Haitian paintings in the house.
Right.
We've always, embraced the culture, and I've always admired the strength of the women in Haitian paintings.
How so?
Their eyes, there's like a strength, a pride. They're not always happy, but they're never discouraged. There's always a bit of hope in the paintings.
Right.
And you can always tell the emotion of the person in the painting, and it's just beautiful.
Wow.
So that's something that I've incorporated into my work.
So that was one of your inspirations.
Yes, definitely.
And I can see it in this painting right over here. Well, what's the title of this painting?
I don't think I've
Has a
titled
title.
it
Oh,
yet.
wow.
It's pretty new. It's actually
It's pretty new. When did you paint it?
I started it actually about a year ago, and I finished it last week.
Oh, my
and
gosh.
I often start a painting, and if I'm not ready to finish it, I'll put it aside. I have about 30 paintings just laying around that I might get the inspiration to finish. So I just finished it a few days ago, so I haven't named it.
Really?
Yeah.
So it took you a year?
It did. Not everything has its time,
Right.
and sometimes the emotion is not ready. So no matter how many times I paint the eyes, I don't like the way they look, so I'll put it aside for another time.
And then do you paint on top of it?
I
until
do.
you
I
get to
love
something like
layering.
this?
I paint. If I don't like a painting that I did, I'll completely paint over it.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
It's something that I saw at the Basquiat show. There were so many layers. I could see that he had painted over paintings, and I could relate to that.
And for people who are unfamiliar with Basquiat, I know that he's one of your influences. Can you tell us a little bit more?
Well, he's a Haitian-American artist. Well,
Just
he
like you.
was. He died very young, but he also painted, how would I say, emotionally expressing himself, but a lot of his work it's different, but he's a Haitian American who didn't paint Haitian art, and
So he was more abstract like you are?
I think he may be a little more abstract, but the common theme is the emotion. No matter what is on the canvas, you feel it, and that's what I like to have in my art.
Wow, and that inspired you. Anything else inspire you?
I would have to say just Haiti in general, and growing up in New York City, the cultures, the bright colors of Haiti, you can see elements of both cultures in paintings.
Yeah, there are definitely the bright colors, and then in some pieces of yours, none that are around me right now, you definitely see that real Haitian influence, the ladies and all of that as well. Yeah. So this next painting right next to you. Now, before we started the show, we should tell our viewers that this painting was actually hung in the wrong direction. It was hung horizontal. It was hung vertically instead of horizontally.
But it's up to you. If that's the way that you like it, then that's the way that you should hang it.
Really?
Yes, I believe that. I want to. The artist paints what they paint, but the person who's looking at it, everyone is going to see something different.
So it's what you're feeling.
Yeah, and what makes you comfortable, what you like to see. If you like it to hang it vertically, that's how I want, which is another reason why I don't always sign the front of my paintings.
So that we can feel, I guess, as the art, as the person who appreciates the art, we can hang it however we like.
Yes.
Okay. And I see this big heart right behind me. We're coming up on Valentine's Day. Tell me about this. This is just such a tremendous piece. I'm loving the colors. When did you paint this?
I painted this about a few weeks ago. I have about 15 new paintings for 2014.
Okay.
This year has been an amazing year, and I'm very productive, and I spent a lot of time. I've had a lot of time to paint. This actually didn't take me very long, and it was the beginning of my spray paint exploration.
I noticed that there's some splatters of the spray paint, so you can see that. Was that what you put on the canvas first, the spray paint?
No, it wasn't the first, no.
What was first?
First was paint, acrylic paint, and then I layered paint over it, and then I sprayed and layer again. So as you can see, some of the layering is covered, and some of it's not.
And then how did you get this detail in there?
That's actually paint.
Really? Okay. And so that was the last part, the splatter, this design, the raised design?
I couldn't tell you what the last part is. I go back and forth, but I might look at it and say, okay, it needs something, and I might do something to it. So until it's, I'll know when it's done, but only I will know.
Okay. Have you ever felt that a painting is complete and then later on gone back and added something to it?
I have, and I unfortunately have messed up a few that way by trying to just adjust it, and then I change everything, and it's not the same. So I try not to. Once I think it's done, I try to hang it on the wall or give it to someone to hold or display it somewhere so I don't touch it.
Okay. But this one you feel right now is finished?
This one, yes, and it was one of the ones that was more quickly, because it was, you know, it's just a big burst of color. It's love. It's pretty simple.
It's perfect for Valentine's Day.
It is.
I know it's unnamed. Do you have any ideas?
I believe that my initial name was Heartsick.
Okay, Heartsick.
But it just didn't stick because it doesn't seem that way. But some might say that all of the texture shows, like, you know, problems in the heart, or you know, regular life issues, but it's up to the person to interpret it.
Absolutely. That's one of the things I really like about your art. And then there's this piece right over my shoulder right here in the silver frame that I am just loving on. Can you tell me what's the name of this and tell us about it?
This one is called Cityscape.
Right.
And this one is also, it's a lot of my paintings, the influence of the Haitian art is the ocean, and the influence of my New York City culture is the buildings. So those are the two elements. And this one is, I believe it's more simple in colors. A lot of times my paintings have many colors, layers of
like
different
this one over here. It's just the layers upon layers of colors.
And this one is more simple.
In the color scheme. So you married, I guess, Haiti with the ocean, and then the city influence. Which
is what I am. I'm the fusion of Haiti and New York City,
and so is your art. And also, I like this frame. Is there a reason why this one's framed and the others basically aren't?
Well, actually, there is no other reason other than I buy the frames and I paint them myself. And
this one you painted yourself?
Yes.
What color was it before?
On natural wood.
Okay.
And I have frames for some of the other ones, but until they're going to be sold or going to be shown, I don't always frame them, because some people, if someone is buying a painting, I'd like for them to possibly choose I also do custom work. So if you want specific colors in your painting, I can do that. I will just use those colors and give you that. I mean, I can't paint exactly what you want me to. I don't do portraits, but with that element. So somebody might have wanted that with a black frame or a white frame.
Okay.
And if I have the opportunity to ask them what they'd want, then I would just paint it that way so that they're happy with it.
So if the color scheme in my house is, you know, let's say the greens and the yellows, those earthy greens and earthy yellows, you could paint something
I would love to, yes. It makes the color choice a little easy, and that I know that it's something that is for you, and you know that it's made for you personally, and that you'll enjoy it because it goes with everything.
So what about the subject? If I give you the color scheme to work with, can I also dictate the subject, or is that up to you, the artist?
I would say that you could suggest the subject, but the one thing you could dictate is the emotion.
Okay, so I could tell you what?
You want something that is serious, or you want something that is bright, or you want something whimsical, or you tell me what you want to feel when you look at the painting.
Like the feeling that the painting will express, I guess?
Well, do you want it to help you go to sleep? Do you want it to help to wake you up, or, you know?
Exciting or vibrant?
So.
Oh, wow. So I can't dictate the actual subject, but I can definitely dictate the emotion behind it.
Yes, you could. And I could also I do bottles, custom bottles.
Really? Oh, that's right.
I do paint bottles. I don't have any with me today.
We did have a few pictures, they're rolling, of the paint bottles that are just beautiful. And those are repurposed pieces.
Those are recycled bottles.
So they're old, what kind of bottles?
All different types. I have Coca-Cola bottles. I have alcohol bottles. Pretty much. And I also repurpose anything. If I have an ugly vase, I'll repaint it. And if someone has a piece of furniture or something that they really like, but it's in bad shape or doesn't look nice, I can repaint it. I repainted a children's bench with, you know, bright colors to make it. Moonlight and Mangoes symbolizes things that make you happy.
And Moonlight and Mangos, one more time, is the name of your company.
Yes, moonlightandmangos.com is my website, and it is also the name of my blog. And it's the two things that make me smile.
Right.
And I feel
Moonlight and Mangoes.
And
how could those not make you smile?
I feel like everyone should find out what makes them happy and what they love, and do it, and just enjoy life, because we don't know how much time we have here, and I want every day to be a happy day.
So what makes you happy is painting?
It does, yes.
So maybe we can paint a little bit.
That would be great.
All right, so let's do that. So we're going to get together, and you're going to show us exactly how to do it.
Okay.
Or I guess what kind of inspiration there is for you.
Okay.
But before we do that, though, let's just take a look at this other one over my shoulder, because when I first saw this painting, I thought that it was waves, and it's actually not.
It wasn't my intention. No, the name of this painting is Evolution.
Evolution, right.
It's actually being auctioned off this weekend at an event. And if you see waves, then, you know, that's great. And also, if you might want to hang it a different way than I would hang it.
Right. So this is the proper way? I guess the quote-unquote the right way?
It's the way that I would hang it, yes.
Okay.
And Evolution, I mean, the name, it just, for me, I see circles. I see cycle, life cycle, that sort.
But if I see waves,
if you see waves, then that's great. You might see something I don't see, and that's beautiful.
When was Evolution painted?
Evolution was painted in 2012, I believe.
Okay. And you said that it's available right now on auction. And that's part of the not-for-profit Elmont Online Highlighting Success auction that they're doing right now. And Highlighting Success is a not-for-profit. And they're auctioning this off right now online at highlightingsuccess.org, I believe it is.
Yes, that's correct.
Great. All right. And also, I know that you've got some other artwork that you're showing as part of Highlighting Success, Black History Month celebration. Tell us a little bit about that.
I will be showing some art. There's a benefit concert, and I'll have pieces on stage, and also have a display, and just celebrate the Black History Month and show my art and inspire other people, you know.
And that's February 15th?
February 15th at Adelphi University at 5:30 p.m. there. I will have my artwork displayed, and I'm going to bring a lot of art.
Okay. Yeah. So let's just get back to what we were talking about before with making some art.
Yes, that
Yeah?
sounds like fun.
Okay. So I'd love to learn a little bit about painting from you because I've got 5 left thumbs.
Okay.
I'm hopeless when it comes to painting.
My advice would be to do what you want to do, what you feel,
Right.
and then try to embrace it. It won't be so bad.
Okay.
We'll give it a shot.
All right, so let's paint.
Okay.
So let's paint, shall we? Jessica, what's this?
This is a mixing palette. This is to mix paint.
Okay.
And I just brought that along so we could blend a couple of colors.
Awesome. And of course, we've got our canvases. Where can we get these?
You can get them anywhere. I get mine at Michael's. You can order them.
Okay. So any local art store?
There's different types. There's canvas that is laid out. There's backed. Whatever you like.
So should we mix paint? How should we do this?
Well, what color? What are you feeling? What colors are you feeling today?
I'm always all about bright and sunny.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I like art. I got like yellows. I like greens. I like anything pastel.
Anything pastel. Okay, so interesting. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, we put a little yellow.
Okay.
And we'll put some red, and we can mix.
Do we usually put them in the little indentations? Okay. Great.
And what I like to let my students do is create a color that they want to create.
Awesome.
So, what color would you like to create?
Is that enough, or should we use more?
Oh, that's enough.
Okay. I have no idea. What color would I like
What's your
to
favorite
create?
color?
Well, yellow, absolutely.
Okay.
A little bit darker than this yellow. This is a little more
so we'll
canary, I guess, than my
we'll
yellow.
put a little red.
Oh, perfect. And what does that do? Red added to yellow?
The primary colors are your red, your blue, and the secondary colors are the mixture. So if you mix red and blue, you make purple.
Yeah.
That's a secondary color.
Okay.
So we're going to make orange. And depending on how much paint we put, you like more yellow, so
So then we
just
just
a
mix
little
this
bit. Yes, and we are going to use our fingers.
Awesome. Just like, what was it, 3rd grade? No, even before 3rd grade. When were we finger painting in school?
Well, I still finger paint very often. I use brushes. I use different tools, but sometimes I just like to use my hand, or I end up just needing to. So
okay, so then,
that looks like a nice color.
It is. It's a really nice kind of earthy orange. Yeah.
Okay.
What else should we put in here?
I would say let's put a little bit of this dark blue. And,
okay, awesome. Here, I'll hold that for you guys.
Okay.
Great.
That's a
and
nice
you mentioned
blue.
your students. Oh, that is. It's a real nice royal blue. Tell us about your students. What do you teach?
I teach art to children at 5 Star Academy, and I teach ages 4 through 10.
Oh, that must be so exciting.
It is, because they are at the stage where they're not afraid to make a mistake, and that's what art is about. I tell them to close their eyes and just paint.
Right.
And then look at it and say, what do you see? And that's what I want you to do.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a little bit more paint. And because it's easy to copy an image from another book, but to paint something from your soul, that you have to go a little deeper.
Is that what you do?
That's what I do.
Okay. Paint from your soul.
I don't know what I'm going to paint until it's in progress.
Okay.
So
let's get some paint on the canvas,
great.
shall we? Here, let me put that away for you. Are we done with the white? So what are we doing?
Well, let's get some more red. We are going to, well, what would you like to do?
Should I just give you an inspiration? I'm feeling happy.
You're feeling happy? Okay. So why don't you just take some colors, close your eyes, and just paint.
Is that how you do it?
I do. I don't always close my eyes, but I whatever color I'm feeling, and then I just put it on the canvas.
Okay. Phil, paint along with me.
Okay. Let me place this down.
Here you go.
And
so just close my eyes.
Close your eyes.
And I feel like I'm what was that, pin the tail on the donkey?
Well,
I feel like I'm doing that, so make sure I get on the
canvas. If you want to keep your eyes open, it's fine.
Anywhere?
Anywhere.
Okay. Oh, look at that.
See, it's not, you have to just feel comfortable.
Okay.
Okay.
So when you're at home in your basement / garage studio, you've got your eyes open most of the time?
Oh, yes, I do. But sometimes it's not very bright, and I used to paint outside.
Right.
And I would continue in the dark.
I'm noticing that when the blue gets together with that orange that we mixed, that I got a little green going on there.
Yes, blue and yellow makes green.
Okay.
So,
and now I've got a little black going on. And a little bit of purple, too. That's exciting. Okay.
Let's
So when you're teaching, am I better than your student population of 4 and 5 and 10-year-olds?
It's not a competition. They're all, I feel like as long as it's something that you took your time to do,
right,
and you're proud of it, then it's great.
Then you've succeeded as an artist.
Now, when the kid just does a little something and they say, okay, I'm done, then that's not good. And it's not that I'm saying your work is not good, but you haven't worked, you haven't tried, you haven't. I like that.
So art is really about the effort and not the final product?
Well, no. What it is, when you're teaching a child, you don't want to make them feel bad if their work, because that can discourage them.
Right.
So you want to encourage them to do something, to take their time so that they will be proud of it.
Okay.
Yes.
So that they create something. Okay. Do those rules still apply to us adults?
I believe so. I mean, see, art is interpreted by individuals. Some people may like something and some like another thing.
Right.
There are people who don't like my art. Then that's fine. There are artists that I like and that I don't particularly like their work, but I respect everyone for their individuality as long as they're,
As
long as their heart is in it, their emotion is into it.
Hang on to that for me.
That looks, I think I like that.
Oh, so I see that we've got this beautiful picture of a parrot that was up on the screen there. Can you tell us about that parrot painting?
Yes. Presence is one of my paintings. It's oil and acrylic, and it's one of those things that just came about. I didn't plan to paint that, but it has a lot of meaning. It's I don't know if you can see the face in the back, but it's like always being watched.
Right. It seems as if over the left shoulder of the parrot that there is a face. I didn't know if it was an ominous face, if it was a happy face. Is that up to my own
It's up to your interpretation. And there's a moon there. And basically, as you can see, the bird is turned away from the face.
Right.
But the face is watching. It's kind of like, you could interpret it as maybe jealous people looking and your face is turned away, or you could interpret it as
maybe the evil eye.
It's up to you. Whatever, I really like that.
Oh, thank you.
Let's go.
I have to remember that you do teach young children, so you're very good at positive reinforcement.
Well, yes, that's true. Yes.
So when you're layering on, are you just kind of going on top of? Yeah. Now sometimes it's better to wait for the color to dry, because if before you add
before you blend. But I like to layer and different textures paint. Some are thicker, some are liquid.
Right.
So I can take a liquid paint and just throw it on top, and that creates the different textures.
Okay.
Which,
how am I doing so far?
I think it's great.
Yours looks like a beautiful Caribbean, sea with the sun and the sun rays coming off of the ocean and a beautiful dolphin in the sea, and mine looks like a hodgepodge of colors.
What I see here, I would see by interpretation of this painting is this way.
Okay.
Yes. And I think it looks lovely, and I see eyes. I see a nose.
Oh my goodness.
I see a small mouth. So what I would do with that is I would accent it.
Accent the face that's being, and I see some bushy eyebrows in there too.
So whatever you see, you go with it.
Look at that.
And that's how you're creating something.
Yeah. Wow.
I would. Oh, I'm not going to touch your paint. No, that's yours.
That way I can have an original Jessica parts in there, definitely. One day when you're famous, I can say that you assisted me with this painting.
Yes, and hopefully you don't get any paint on you take as a souvenir.
So Jessica, where can we find you online again?
Moonlightandmangos.com.
And moonlightandmangos.com.
Yes, Moonlight and
your blog
Mangos.
is there as well, and a lot
and
of your work
a link
is
to
there.
my online store.
Great.
And a lot of my paintings.
Awesome. And you are also going to be part of the Black History event, Black History Month event, now in February.
Yes.
And that's at
Adelphi University?
Yes, on the 15th of February at Adelphi University. And you've got some art for auction for a good cause. That's great. I'm so happy that you're doing that too.
I like it. You might have another career.
Oh yeah, as I make dimples and eyes and stuff like that.
Oh.
Great. So we look forward to seeing you there as well at the Black History Month event. For highlighting success, part of Element Online, and people can find out more information about that at highlightingsuccess.com. art.org.
Yes, and
Yeah.
it's a great thing for children to be able to express themselves through art and to be proud of something. And I hope to one day help children to express themselves and to heal emotionally by painting. Art therapy. Art has been my therapy, and I hope to show other children, children how they can do that, because it's a lot of, being a kid is tough, and in New York and in Haiti, there's a lot of things that they have to deal with, and being able to express themselves, sometimes they can't speak to someone or they're not allowed to say certain things, but the paint, they can do it. So to let them express themselves through paint
Through the canvas.
I think it could help them and build a sense of confidence, and that's what I'd like to do.
So confidence and therapy.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Absolutely, all through the canvas. Would you like to do that in Haiti? Set up an organization that provides art therapy?
Yes, I would love to do that here in Haiti, and and have other artists come and there's so many children, and come and help them to be proud of something.
Right.
And they don't have to become an artist, but when you create something, it gives you a sense of pride.
Right.
So that's what I would like for them.
It does make you feel. It makes you feel good, like a job well done, even if it's not maybe as well done as others.
And like my favorite artist, Bob Ross, would say, there's no mistakes, only happy accidents.
Okay.
Because if you don't like what you did, pour black or white paint all over it and start over.
So
if you don't like
canvas again.
Yeah. If you don't like the way it looks, I've done that. So you are the artist, and it's your world, and you just put whatever you want into it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I love.
Right
It is my world.
Okay. Well, thanks, Jessica, for joining us on Communication Corner. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for painting with me. That was fun.
Thanks so much for all of this. And let's see, for more information about Jessica, you can always go to moonlightmangos.com. All of her work is there, and some more information about her upcoming shows as well. And of course, for me, you can always go a lot of places. You can always hit me up on Facebook, Communication Corner. Look for Communication Corner TV. You can always email me as well, newday2010@yahoo.com. For everybody here at Communication Corner, thanks so much for joining us tonight, and thanks so much, Jessica, for joining us as well.
Thank you.
Have a great evening. Good night. Let's keep painting.